AskReddit by Mindless G 5390. If you were paid $300 per hour to play a game, but you could only play one game, which one would you choose? Got 6,000 plus hours in RimWorld so far with no signs of slowing down, so that I have 2,000 hours of RimWorld in my school college laptop. This past year I decided to use my Christmas bonus and build a real gaming rig to play Cyberpunk. I did it, bought Cyberpunk and haven't installed it yet because I realized this machine can handle a 30 people colony plus animals and mechas at 60 FPS. I would play any game you want me to for $300 an hour. Yeah right, I will play my least favorite game over and over again repeatedly for as long as I can for $300 an hour. Pokemon Go, not because it's a good game, but I can claim to be hatching eggs every time I'm walking anywhere, so I'd pretty much get paid from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep every day. Assuming this job is hourly and this qualifies for overtime, that's a cool $40k a week. While I was playing checkers, here you are wheeling out 3D chess. Factorio, you can play that shit for a lifetime with all the mods available. I've heard this and I'm scared to start it in case it destroys my life. RuneScape. People already play like it's a job anyway. Minecraft. Endless amounts of building to be done. Imagine the 50-year world with 20 hours of overtime per week. Chess. I already play tournaments for free, so doing it for up to $2,400 a day sounds great. Surprised I had to dig this far to find chess. Something you could get really skilled at and then actually make additional income from if you got really good. You do have to love chess first though. Sims. Same for me. Spent 5 hours renovating a house yesterday. Haven't even begun playing with the family yet. Stardew Valley. Stardew for sure. I'd have an easy 300k already just from Xbox and I've got the game on 3 consoles. Microsoft Flight Sim, I can just get to cruising altitude, put on autopilot and just go do anything I want while I go on a 16-hour flight. Honestly, I think Ms. Flight Simulator is one of the best answers here. If we're playing a game for a full time, things like holding a controller every day can cause issues, so this is one where you can have ergonomic and advanced setups that mimic real planes, and as you said, there is autopilot so you can get up, stretch, even exercise while flying. Plus also as a sim it's giving you a lot of real world knowledge, so if you wanted to go for a pilot's license you are putting a crazy amount of time behind training towards that while getting paid bank. The Quiet Game. Winner. Any sim racing game. Love, this is so high up. I'd easily be able to only play iRacing forever. Pretty much what I do now. WoW. I think WoW is probably the best answer to this question, even for folks that are not into it. Worst case, you can just log in and chat with people. Or play one of the countless mini games and systems that have nothing to do with swords and magic. It may not be the best game for everyone, but it's definitely built to keep people sitting at their keyboards endlessly. Fallout 4 or Skyrim. Yes. You don't even have to play it. Just start it, stay and enjoy weather changes plus music. Civ 5. You'd be putting in 18-hour days without even knowing it. Just one more turn. Path of Exile. This is my answer. It's not my favorite game. I'm not actually playing it right now. I have at least 2.5k in this game though, and when I do a season it's very easy for me to just play it every free moment. After a season is done, I hate the game for about 6 months and then do a new season. Football Manager. By the time I am through a career I'll just buy Street Mirror and play IRL FM. I'd even ask for free overtime on FM. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. D and Amp. D. C. This is good in theory, but it runs into several issues you don't consider at first. For one, limited playtime. By choosing a tabletop like this, the only time you can play is during group sessions, and while you can get multiple groups, it'd be scheduling hell. So, while with other games you can boot them up and play anytime you want, and start racking in cash, or pass the time while you're bored, with D and Amp. D. You are at the mercy of your schedules, and both the income and amount of time you get to play is much lower. Edit. Just as a minor note, since every reply is responding with basically the same thing, I do agree that this would still be a great deal, and it'd work out. I just think the downsides, minor as they are, would sway me to easier to enjoy options. I'm a lazy MF at heart. It's not just about the money either. I spend the majority of my time playing games, so if I could only play one, I'd rather it be a game I could easily enjoy and not get burned out on. Setting things up all the time just to be able to play D and Amp. D a decent amount would burn me out quick. Slay the Spire. It'll finally give me the excuse to play as the Watcher. Minecraft. Strip mean. Strip mean. Strip mean. Yes, 2 diamonds, and $900 later. D. Star Wars Galaxies pre-NGE. Fucks Medley. Project Zomboid. Endless options, highly moddable. Even without mods you can play entirely different games based on the world settings. Age of Empires or Witcher Wild Hunt, whichever you buy me. AOEI Definitive Edition was just $5 over the holiday. Such a lovely game. Red Dead Redemption 2. The details are insane. Found my answer. EVE Online could be played while minimized. Is that cheating? Skill Queue Online. Modded Skyrim. The expansive campaign mods alone would ensure the likelihood of never running out of entertainment before retiring like a king. Not to mention all the other fun ones and the extra fun ones. Chess. I'd start over on Breath of the Wild or Animal Crossing, New Horizons. Another vote for ACNH. Are outside. The game sucks, and the balance is horrible, but the graphics are pretty nice. I have horrible RNG. I need to pay an annual subscription to get the graphics upgrade. Counter-Strike. Already spent 5,500 hours there. Another few KS wouldn't be a problem. Scrolled way too much for this. CS is the football of video games. Could play forever to this game only, without getting paid. Deep Rock Galactic. Rock and stone everyone. Rock and roll and stone. Factorio. The factory must grow. As much as I hate to support that company after all the crazy drama, World of Warcraft. Tons of stuff to do, never-ending achievements to chase, get tired of a character, go start a new one and level it all the way up, need to kill more time, actually stop and read all the quests in full, plus it's social. So you could just sit in a capital city and chat with people. I don't think there's a better answer than this if the goal is to have the lowest chance of becoming super bored. Also all the different subversions of the game. Retail, Classic, What LK, Classic Hardcore, Season of Discovery. League of Legends. Scrolled too far for this toxic ass game. But I would do it in a heartbeat. Golf. You'll almost break even then. EU4. I'd play one day a week and just travel with my GF, with one day spent in hotel playing on laptop. What I was thinking. So many ways to play, especially with how many good mods out there. Poker. Never said it had to be a video game. Good shout. Keep the bankroll there so can play very aggressively. Dota 2. Between how frequently there are updates that reshape the meta, the seasonal minigames, events, etc. and the custom games, you can spend a lot of time in there without really playing the same game twice. Final Fantasy Civ. Yeah, even if I played the same amount as I already do, I would make over $500,000 per year. Sims 4. I could spend so many hours playing that. Farming Simulator 22. Borderlands 2 or 3. Yes, have played thousands of hours across these games, especially 2. Dwarf Fortress. I had to scroll too far for this answer. Dwarf Fortress eats time. I couldn't get into it with keyboard only controls because they were super inconvenient when creating a layout. The Steam version gives mouse control and sprites, which has made my DF playtime spike into hundreds of hours, and I'm just getting started. You could earn $500k a year with 35.5 hours weeks and 5 weeks vacation. I'd play any game that didn't involve crime or hurting people. That doesn't leave very many games. Final Fantasy Civ. Baldur's Gate 3 or War Thunder. More likely War Thunder because there are thousands of hours of game playing there. I got BG3 a week ago today and this is definitely my answer. I've only logged 18 hours so far, but that's still $5,700 in a week. After tax it's roughly $4,600 week, $240,000 a year if I maintain that rate each week. I could probably sustain that at least until I hit a melee. RimWorld. I'll happily commit atrocities in that game for that payment. That and it's just an awesome, addictive game. Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge. Hide and seek with my father.